Start to connect to your Ujjayi breath, please, as you breathe in and out through your nose. And if you'd like to take a few cleansing breaths with me, go right ahead. Breathe in through the nose as much as you can. Open up the mouth and exhale. Let's do this again. Inhale. Maybe pause toward the top. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe move the jaw around a little bit and reconnect to that Ujjayi breath. A few more breaths here. Feel your chest lift as you inhale. Feel yourself exhale. Inhale reaches the hands overhead. You can move the hips around in little circles if that feels good for you. Figure eights. You can move the ankles and wrists, anything that feels good for Yogi. And then we'll bring the knees in toward the chest. Breathe here as we just think about breathing space throughout our spine. And lift the legs up toward the ceiling. The legs don't have to be straight, certainly not. It's early in the morning. You could place the hands on the back of the thighs. Connect to this breath. We're finding a happy baby pose. We take a bend in the knees and we can grab the outside blades of the feet. If this is a little intense right now, you can always do one leg at a time. Taking about 3 more breaths. Lifting the legs back up toward the ceiling. You can move the hips around in figure eights if that feels good for you, and just kind of let the feet lead the way. Knees come back in toward chest, walk the legs out long, take that overhead stretch, and find banana asana as we reach over toward the right. Feet may or may not come off of the mat. Your arms reach over to the right, but keep the left shoulder on the ground. Feel the left side of the body rooting into the floor to get a full stretch. Inhale back through center. Take it toward the other side. Come back in through center. Nice overhead stretch, point the toes, reach the arms, and then just soften everything. Set an intention for your practice this morning. You could bring a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly if you wanted to. We'll bring knees into our chest. Let the knees fall toward one side. Roll to that side. And then make your way up into an easy seated pose. Inhale, reaches hands overhead, palms can face each other. Exhale, goddess arms, feel the chest lift. Inhale, reach the hands up toward the ceiling. Exhale, you find those goddess arms. One more, use the prana. Hands can rest on the knees and find a few seated cat-cows. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, chin the chest as you round toward the spine. Taking a few more of these cat-cows. And then pause in the middle. Let your spine stack and then just reflect. See if you can maybe feel something internally through the spine. Maybe you just pause in that reflection. Inhale, reach your spine up, drop the right ear toward the right. You can stay here or add on by placing that right hand on the head by the left ear. Just don't force it. Tent the right fingertips and take the gaze toward the right shoulder. And release that. Inhale, hands overhead. Side body bend to the right. Right hand can come to floor block. Left hand can reach up and over. Inhale through center to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale however you like. Maybe goddess arms. Hands to the knees. Seated cat-cow. Inhale, stack the spine. Left ear falls toward left shoulder. You can breathe here if you'd like to. You can add a left hand in. You don't have to. Just like a paperweight, we're not really forcing that. Option to tent those left fingertips and take the gaze toward the left shoulder. A little bit or a lot. Just get curious about where you feel all these movements in your body. Gently release. Inhale, hands overhead. Side body bend to the left. Side body bend to the right. Inhale through center. Inhale through center. Exhale how you like. Maybe goddess. And then just let the hands rest on the knees and take a moment and reflect here. Maybe soften the jaw, take a cleansing breath. Seated cat-cow. Meet through center, nice long spine. Gaze goes towards ceiling, a little bit or a lot. Soften your mouth, let the teeth separate slightly, and just softly breathe in and out your mouth. Just try to soften your whole throat area. Lift your head up through center. Come back to Ujjayi breath and let chin fall toward chest. Gently release, gaze up through center, and start to make little circles here in your chest. You can be going counterclockwise. And then start to let the circle get a little longer or wider as it goes down your spine. So you start to engage the top of your ribs a little bit more. Maybe the lower ribs, you might start to get really wide, moving that chest all the way out. Maybe pulling it back like a cat. Few more here. We have a major energy current that runs up and down the spine called the Sushumna. So we're going to balance this is just what we're doing here, kind of. Take this in the other direction. You can stay real wide right now. And then we'll come out of it backwards. Taking it in the other direction. Use your breath, the most important piece. That breath is life force energy, and we're moving it through the body right now. Start to take the circle up. And again, we're going to slowly start to isolate the chest. Until you slowly come to a stop. Palms could be up or down on the knees. Maybe you take a cleansing breath and reflect. Wonderful, yogis. Let's do one more movement. Take your right hand out toward the right. Palm can face me or the computer, and then bring the thumb toward the floor. Reach it further away from you. Now bring that right hand behind you between the shoulder blades the best that you can. Palm is away. That's it, yogis. Take a breath here. Make sure your spine is up as you root down through the pelvic floor. Option to place your left hand on the floor. It's a little bend to the left. Might be a deep bend for you. You could be looking over your right shoulder or down toward the floor straight ahead. Take one more. Gently release back up through center and release the pose step by step by step. Right palm can be up, and then just notice how that feels. And let's try that to the other side. Take the left hand out. Thumb goes toward the floor. Reach that left hand a little further away. Internal rotation here. Left hand goes behind you between the shoulder blades the best that you can. Take a breath. Option to bring that right hand toward the floor or a block and just start to open your chest to the ceiling a little bit. Use your breath because it truly does start to create space. We start to go into a space a little tight, and then as we breathe, it makes some space. As you exhale, you can soften in that space, and as you inhale, you might just go a little bit past, or you just maintain that. Maybe final breath, and then gently start to release out of this. Release that left hand, palm up or down is up to you, and one last time, I'm just going to ask you to pause and reflect. Just observe how those movements, how those asanas affect the energy through your body. And let's come into tabletop. So just roll yourself forward. If you'd like to take any intuitive movement, if you need some more cat-cows, go ahead, take them. If you need some dancing lion, you want to get a little dancy or an intuitive, go ahead. Let's take 4 breaths to do as we please. Make sure you're balancing yourself out in all the directions. Come back into tabletop. Take your hands slightly a little wider apart and fingers face outward, just a tiny amount, like 30 degrees maybe. Knees can be under hips, and let your hips fall toward the right as you press into your hand. And take it toward the left. One more time each side. Other side. Come back through center, tabletop, and rotate the fingers toward the knees. One hand at a time or both hands is up to you. You did one hand, switch hands. If you did both hands, maybe start to press into a down dog or turbo dog. Now, if we did that, we're all just going to release this. Wide knees, child's pose. Big toes touch, knees can go wide. Lengthen your spine. Forehead to block or to the floor or to pillow, whatever you have around you in the house. Walk the hands toward the left. Right hand may or may not sit on top of that left hand. Inhale through center. Walk hands toward right. Come back through center. Think about your intention. Turbo dog. It's like down dog, but knees are bent. So you can focus on lengthening through that whole spine. Remember, press into fingertips and the mound of the first finger. Think about bracing the core on the exhale. Belly towards spine, heart toward thighs. Maybe come higher on your toes. And let's pedal it out. We can lengthen that right leg. Heel may or may not touch the floor. Squeeze the thigh if the leg is straight. And switch. High into the toes, heels down to the floor for downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. 2 more times. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Downward facing dog. Hands walk backwards towards the feet. Inhale, half lift. When you get there, maybe you need to bend the knees right now. Exhale, fold. Relax the head. You have the option of a lunar forward fold, palms up toward the sky. Press feet down, squeeze and engage your abs to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Eventually, hands come overhead, palms touch. Look toward the thumbs and hold that space. Squeeze your glutes, gently press your hips forward, squeeze thighs and feet down, all at the same time. Press palms together and get a little taller. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, goddess. Maybe some back bend action. Inhale, reach up toward the ceiling. Twist to the right. Inhale, hands overhead. Twist to the left. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers or grab the forearms. Forward fold. Few more breaths. Try to release your head, bend your knees enough so that your belly is touching your thighs. Chin to chest, inhale up halfway. Release the arms to the right and to the left. Hold the space. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Inhale, plank. Shift forward on your toes. Option to come to knees. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down one peak. And inhale, cobra. Hold the pose. Forehead down. Inhale, cobra. Hold the pose. Forehead down. One more. Inhale, cobra.
Hold the pose, squeeze elbows in, press tops of feet down, squeeze thighs and glutes, release forehead down.
Downward facing dog. Go through child or press to plank. Cleansing breath if you need it. Look between the hands, floating tabletop. Brace your core, knees just over the mat. And release that onto the knees. I'm gonna face you, I think it'll be more helpful. And take your right hip up and find some hip circles. Take it out to the right for that fire hydrant. Flex your right foot and see about holding this. Try to even the weight between both hands and left knee. And then if you like to, just pulse up. You just lift the knee up, just like that, Cheryl. Yep. For 5, 4, 3, 2. If you can, start to straighten that right leg and place it down on the floor. Inhale up through center. Here we are in a T. Just like that, awesome. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Maybe left hand just comes to the waist or to a block. Inhale through center. Gate pose, right hand down, left hand up. Back toward the left. Use the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe on the left side. Here we are. Streamline that right hand, bicep by ear. Open the heart to the ceiling and press through the blade of that right foot. Right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Press into your right foot and left hand, and let's see about picking the left knee up. If you got that, you can extend it. You might just be working toward it. That's it. Place it back down. Inhale back up through center. Forward fold. Stay here or come to forearms. Stay here or walk toward the right. A little bit or a lot. Left yogi peace fingers can grab those right big toes. Right hand can go underneath the right leg and grab the back of the heel. Bow the head and take a few breaths. Can you contract your right thigh? Gently come through center. Onto the hands if you're on your forearms, and bring that right leg across figure 8. Right ankle goes just past left knee. You can stay right here. That's it, exactly. Yep, that's it, Cheryl. And over time, that right knee is going to open up toward the right a little bit. So one day, the knees might be aligned one day. You can stay here or take that right heel into your left hip or not. You can stay here or come to your forearms or walk it out like puppy. That's it, Cheryl. Just be super mindful. There we go. Any pain in your knee or your hips is just a sign to back out a little bit. Take another breath or so. You can stay here, or if you want to add a down dog in, you can. But if that right foot is pressing onto the left knee, you have to wait because we can't be doing that. So if the foot is up high and you feel stable and grounded, you could tuck your left toes and lift into down dog. You can elevate the pose and come onto your left heel and drop that heel down one more time. If you took this option, gently start to come back onto the floor. If you didn't take that option, it's fine. We're all going to meet here. And we're going to slowly start to come out of the pose. Wherever you were, right foot is going to release. Slide that right leg forward and back, down dog. Any intuitive movement.
Inhale out to plank. Shift forward, down dog. 2 more times. Look between the hands, floating tabletop. It's isometric hold and just breathe. Release those knees down, hip circles on that left leg. Left leg goes out to the left, fire hydrant, flex the left foot, find the balance. Engage your core, use your breath, option to lift, lift, lift. Pulse, 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 left leg out toward the left, plant that left foot down, inhale up. Right hand down, left hand up and over. Inhale, center. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Let's do it again. Maybe on that right hand. Left hand can streamline. Feel that whole side body stretch. And let's see about picking up that right knee. You have to push your left foot into the floor. You have to push right hand into the floor. Right knee might lift up. Right leg might extend out. Left hand can be towards ceiling. Come out of the pose. Inhale through center. Forward fold. You stay here, come to forearms. You can stay here, walk to left. Any variation that you like and that you took, let's find a few breaths. Come back through center. Come up onto the hands and bring that left foot through for that figure 8. You are staying here, or you're picking that left heel up into that right hip space. You can stay here, find that puppy, or just come to forearms. You can stay here or find that down dog. Remember, if left foot's pressing into right knee, you're staying right where you're at for now, and we're working on opening the hip still. Elevate the pose, right heel up if you want to, right heel down. One more time. Come back down onto that right knee. And then we all start to release this pose. Left foot's gonna come down if it was, left knee slides forward and back, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, come up as high as you can to the tippy toes and tippy toe to the top of the mat. Half lift, forward fold. Inhale, hands overhead. Left hand grabs right wrist, bend to the left. Inhale through center, switch the grip. Bend to right. Inhale through center. Right arm under left. Eagle arm. Eagle, sit down the pose and lift your right leg up high over left leg. Right toes might wrap or not. Think about sitting down, fingertips below your nose and lean your spine back. Squeezing everything into your midline. Weight is over the left heel. Release. Other side. Left hand under right.
Cross the elbows, maybe cross with the wrist or work toward it. Sit down and lift your left leg up high over the right leg. If you're not getting the binds today, it's fine. You just want to work toward them. Don't go away from them. You want to squeeze things toward that direction, not away. Any amount's good. Left toes might not be wrapping around that right calf right now. Once again, that's fine. Consistency, dedicated practice is how you start to open up these different body parts. Release the pose, hands overhead, forward fold. Separate the feet about hips width distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Option to take the bind again. Interlace fingers. Grab forearms, whatever you got, and fold. Maybe you grab your shirt or your pants. If this pose is really accessible for you, think about squeezing the heel of your palms together. And really utilize that breath. Chin to chest, inhale up halfway. Bending your knees, release the bind, reach to the right and to the left. Chair pose. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Right leg lunges back, low crescent. Find a few breaths. Feel yourself lifting up out of your waist, pressing the left big toe, left knee squeezing into the midline lat, just collapsing out. Hands frame the left foot, runner's lunge, squeeze right thigh. Take a vinyasa, go right to down dog. Maybe you want to practice pressing into your hands and bringing left foot into cheetah. And then flow. Here we are, down dog. Right foot steps to the top of the mat. Left foot steps to meet it, halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, hands overhead. Maybe add a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Left leg lunges back. Drop the knee. Low crescent lunge. Working that left psoas and hip flexor. Hands over the head, makes your heart pump a little bit harder. Hands could be at the waist. You're lifting up right now to go back, prepping you for back bends. Frame the right foot. Tuck the left toes, runner's lunge. Take your vinyasa or go straight to down dog. Left foot steps forward to the top of the mat. Right foot steps to meet it, half lift. Forward fold. Hands overhead, maybe add the back bend. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Right leg back, low crescent lunge. Shiva Namaskar. You can grab the pointy parts of your elbow. Reach up, bend to left, bend to right. Come through center, hands to ceilings, work toward the back bend. Any amount is just fine this morning. So hinge forward, hands go behind you, palms face each other, pressing the left heel, half split. Hands could go to the floor if we need that. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low crescent. Move with your own pace, because it's really not about speed. It's really about learning to control some of these movements and isolate that core. 2 more. Might be more or less for you. Meet me in the half split.
Hands can go to the floor. You can point the left toes. Right hand down, left hand up for a twist. Bring that left hand down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Twist to the left. Expand the arms like water wheel variation. Option to tuck the right toes and lift your right leg up. Inhale, crescent. Frame that left foot. You could take a vinyasa or go straight to down dog. Cleansing breath. Look between the hands, step right foot to meet left, right foot to the top of the mat, left foot to meet it, half lift, forward fold, inhale, hands overhead, maybe find a back bend. Forward fold, half lift, left leg back, drop the knee, low crescent lunge. You can grab the pointy parts of the elbow again. Side body stretch to the right. Side body stretch to the left. Hands towards ceiling. Maybe work toward a back bend slightly. Hinge forward. Hands behind you, palms face each other. Pressing the right heel, half split. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low crescent. Half split. Move through this motion, maybe about 3 more with your own breath. Meet me in that half split. Hands can come to the floor. Option to point the right toes to the ground. Try to shine that heart bone on the right big toe to help keep length in the spine. Add the twist, left hand down, right hand up. Right hand comes down. Bend into right knee, low crescent lunge. Twist to the right, expand through the arms. Option to tuck the left toes and lift that left leg up. Crescent, vinyasa, or down dog. Take a few cleansing breaths here. Look between the hands, step left foot forward, right foot, half lift, forward fold. Inhale, hands overhead, maybe some back bend. Hands to heart center, hands by the side. Take a moment, take a breath, just reflect. So we'll add in tree pose or option to toe stand. You could take tree pose, just bring the right foot on the inside of calf for the thigh, or we're gonna work through the gauche series, bring the right heel into the left hip space. Option to stay here or bring right hand to heart. Option to bring both hands to heart. Option to go into toe stand. Hinge forward at the hips, hands can come down to the floor. I focus ahead of me, come onto the left toes, and start to sit down, but don't sit on that left heel. That's the hard part, not sitting on the heel. If you walk the hands maybe to the side, with extreme dedication and locking your bondage, you can bring hands to heart. We're going to start to release the pose step by step to meet our yogis who are standing. And gently release the pose. Take a moment And let's try the other side. Let it go. Left heel is going to lift up. Both hands to the foot, or maybe left hand to heart, or both hands to heart. Squeeze your right thigh and glutes. Lift out of your waist, maybe head into toe stand. Notice how two sides are a little different. Wow, my other side was so much harder. So it's just interesting. And then start to release step by step. Meet in standing. Good job, tree pose. It's hard to maintain that balance sometimes. Gently release. Take a moment, take a breath. All right, let's just go through our flow, I think, one more time. I wish we had 90 minutes. These are so fun. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Right leg back, low crescent lunge. Drop the knee, inhale up. Maybe you want to head into like a deeper back bend. Interlace fingers, release first finger. Head back. Or just maintain where you are. Little sips of breath. Inhale up through center. Hands to the heart, side body bend to the left. Left hand to waist or floor or block. Right hand up. Got to bend into that left knee. Yeah. Inhale through center. Take that right hand either to waist or to the back. Left hand up for reverse it. Inhale back through center. Half splits, however you want to get there. Add the twist. Right hand down, left hand up. Release low crescent lunge. Hands the heart. Twist to the left. Hook the right elbow. Best that you can. Take a few breaths here and just think about the twist for now. We're so used to having to go into the full posture and use so much power and strength. But what if you work the twist today? But everybody needs something different, so just follow that intuition. Gently release back up through center. That's it. Frame the left foot, runner's lunge. Add the twist. Right hand down, left hand up. Lift up for water wheel. Ooh. Inhale to crescent. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten left leg, hands overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do that 2 more times. Warrior two. Take a moment. Take those palms, thumbs up. Take the left hand, put thumb down. Bring that left hand between the scapula, the best that you can. Right hand can go to waist or to leg, peaceful variation. Warrior two arms, side angle, left arm to left thigh, right hand up. Or deeper variation. Warrior two, straighten left leg, triangle. Option to streamline right hand, gaze goes forward. Windmill right hand backwards into pyramid. Square your hips, right foot might have to step up and in. Left toes could point to the ceiling. Are you squeezing that right thigh? And is your left hip in alignment with right? Option to add in revolve triangle. Walk the hands toward the left hand to waist, or parallel to floor, or up to ceiling. Gently release. Walk to the right, wide leg forward fold to the right. All 10 toes face the edge, right edge of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hasarita, Padottanasana, any variation you like, few breaths. Inhale up, spontaneously floating squat. So you can just point those right toes out a little bit and flow, and then take those left toes out and flow. One more time. Runner's lunge to the left. You could take a vinyasa or go right to down dog. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps needed, half lift, forward fold, hands overhead, back bend. Come through center, forward fold. Half lift, left leg back, low crescent lunge. Might be doing the back bend, or you might be just stabilizing here. Inhale through center, side body stretch to the right. Right hand away through floor. Reverse it. Come back up through center, half split. Add a twist. Gently release. Bend into right knee, tuck left toes, add the twist, left hand down, right hand up. Water wheel variation. Crescent. Hands to the heart. You could drop the left knee, twist to the right. Work that twist. Few more breaths. All right, inhale, hands up through center. Frame this left foot, tuck the left toes, add the twist. Come back up, water wheel. Crescent pose, warrior two. Straighten right leg, hands overhead, pump it. Two more, straighten right leg, hands overhead. Exhale. Inhale. Here we are, warrior two. Thumbs up toward the ceiling. Right thumb goes to the floor, hand behind you between the scapula, and you can add the peaceful variation in. Left hand, maybe toward your calf or to your waist. And you open your heart to the ceiling as you bend into right knee. Warrior two, arms, side angle. Right forearm to right thigh, left hand up, or deeper variation. Warrior two, straighten right leg, triangle. Spine lifts up, look to right hand, shift to right hand. And when you cannot shift anymore is when you bring that right hand down, left hand up. Option to streamline left hand. Gaze would go forward then. Pyramid pose. Left hand could windmill backwards. Left foot could step up and in. Right toes could point to the ceiling. Not all of it is necessary. Adding in the revolved or stay here. Hands can walk to the right. You can stay here, bring the right hand to the hip or out parallel to the floor or twist all the way open. Wide leg forward fold to the left. All 10 toes squeeze that left edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. So if you'd like to do a drill with me, forearms can come down to the floor or hands. So you can either stay how I am now or come onto forearms. But keep the spine long. If I go sideways, what I'm saying is don't round and dump. You have to work that long spine. So if you're here, whether you're on your hands or on your forearms, you could lift the heels up and drop the heels down. And do that a few times, maybe 5 more times, 4, 3 more times. Even if I'm on my hands, it's all good. 1 more. Spontaneously floating squat. That's just that organic movement. It should feel pretty good. Eventually, runner's lunge to the right. Vinyasa to down dog. Maybe take a cleansing breath. Left foot steps to the top of the mat. Right foot steps to meet it. Half lift. Forward fold. Hand overhead. Maybe do the last standing back bend. Come through center. Hands the heart. Hands by the side. Take a moment, take a breath, and just reflect for 1 second. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take yogi squat. Separate your feet, drop your hips down. Feel like a crazy person because all the clocks in my house seem to not be working. So I just saw the time. I thought we had still 15 minutes. So we're just gonna start to wrap things up. If you'd like to stick an arm balance in, you can. So for crow pose, what we really want to work on, we're going to plant our hands down. I can't stress how important it is that you are looking forward. You have to look forward. Because even in experienced yogi, when we look down, we really have to engage to not fall down. So you have to look forward. Maybe you bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers and press into your fingertips and the mound of your first finger and come up onto your toes. You might need to bend your arms a little bit like chaturanga and bring your knees in towards your armpits. So you might be working toward this space. And then you gotta look forward and you have to start to shift forward. Press into fingertips and go back. And if you got crow pose, go ahead. Do that again. Shift forward and then go back. So you're on the ball of the toe. Then you go so far forward, you're on the big toe, first toe. And take it back, and let's do 1 more. And then release and sit down. Left leg goes, bends and under you, right leg over. So it looks like this. Add a twist, right hand behind you, left hand up, twist to the right. Now this left elbow might go on the outside, but it might not be, so you have to hug it. Look over the right shoulder and take a few breaths. Bring your spine back through center and release this right leg how it is for Gomukhasana. If this pose is accessible, you could take the feet away like tying a knot. And one day both knees will be toward the center alignment, but don't force it, don't worry about it. You could bow forward, you could stay lifted. If you need to put a block on your knee or a book, that works. Inhale, back up. Uncross the legs, separate the feet, windshield wiper the knees. So we gotta do that twist to the other side. So originally the left leg is down, so we're gonna put the right leg down, or whatever leg that you get to do. Bring the left foot over. You're on your sit bones. You're not sitting on that right heel. Left hand behind you, right hand up, twist to the left. Whatever that looks like for you. Gently release through center. Find those Gomukhasana legs. I forgot to say, I usually say every class, if it's too intense, you can take that bottom leg, and of course it can be straight, and you can even have blankets underneath that right knee if you needed it. You could bow or stay forward. Take a few more breaths. Inhale up through center, gently uncross the legs, separate the feet, windshield wiper the knees. And in your own time, let's start to make our way onto the spine. You can find butterfly pose or a diamond shape because they're gonna feel different. So what do you want today? You want the diamond or do you want the butterfly? Feet closer to you, feet away from you. For me, right now, having the feet away from me is way more intense. So you just have to see like what section of your body is calling for that breath right now. Three more breaths. Maybe cleansing breath. Feel your heart rate calming. Self-acceptance is our first chance to practice unconditional love. Self-acceptance is our first chance to practice unconditional love. It doesn't mean that we have to give up striving to be better, but that our self-love is not conditional on some future or imagined change. When this occurs within the heart, it then becomes easier to accept others, faults and all, with the unconditional love of the heart chakra. With acceptance and compassion for ourselves, it then becomes easier to make personal changes. Breathe into your heart space. Be mindful as you bring the knees closer together and knees to chest. You can have stillness or rock or make circles on the ceiling with your kneecaps. Both directions. And we'll just end with a supine twist. If you need to bring the knees over the hips, do that and drop your legs toward the right. Any variation that you want, anything goes with the arms. Take a few breaths here. Feel the breath slowing down. Inhale through center and let your knees fall toward the left in the opposite direction. Inhale through center. Legs can lift towards ceiling. Maybe you need to add a happy baby in, maybe you don't. And this is your home practice. So if you want to continue on with your practice, you can go right ahead. If there's any other poses that you want to do, you can. Otherwise, maybe you want to start to make your way into Savasana shape.
whatever that is for you. Belly, back, side. Let go of the pranayama breath and just come back into your nice natural breath. Affinity can also be seen as a vibrational quality. When we are in affinity, the harmonious state we feel gives coherency to everything we say or do, like the tones of a scale in a harmonic resonance. We radiate love because we have created a coherent center within ourselves, which turn harmonizes the surrounding circumstances. So give yourself a pat on the back and congratulate yourself for showing up to the mat today and moving that breath through the body and getting into that heart space. Know that things might come up, and with a full moon, these times can make us a little bit more emotional or more sensitive into feeling things around us. So be patient with yourself. And with practice, yoga teaches us that this is our true state, this feeling and this blissful state that you might be in right now. And that it's possible. Yoga teaches us that it is possible to come into this state at any time, even in the middle of chaos, but it's a practice. So I want to thank you for waking up this morning and practicing with me. It is 7:03 and I want to be respectful of your time, and I know some people do have to work. So let's do this morning. Please stay here in Savasana for at least 2 minutes if you can. And if not, I understand. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm going to say namaste to you here and now. Yogis, please enjoy your Savasana. Feel free to talk to me later. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.